Hey guys, happy Baby Name Monday, welcome round. If you're brand new, my name is SJ, I'm a mum of 3 and I make baby name videos on YouTube. I've been doing it for a little while now and we just hit a massive milestone. And I'm going to talk about too much, I'm going to talk about that at the end because I'm really excited to tell you the baby names. So yes, this is the biggest community of baby name enthusiasts and mums-to-be putting us together on YouTube so we can help you with a ton of baby names because it is so difficult to name a baby and they're every single Monday, so you can literally join in your whole pregnancy. Any birth announcements, let us know in the comment section below. They are my favourite bit. And this is winter baby names. So it's freezing today, so I'm all cozied up under my shawl. And I love winter names. They are so magical. I have a Christmas baby myself and it's a lovely time of year to have a baby. It's kind of like new beginnings, cozy family vibes. I know this year is very different, but these names are so magical. They're going to put you full of Christmas cheer and Christmas spirit, I hope, as well. The first name that I have is, they're 2 animal names, animals associated with winter. And the first animal is a deer. So you often talk about deers and stags and that kind of winter woodland kind of vibe that they give. But an unusual adult male deer name is the name Hart. So Miranda Kerr, I think that's how you say her name, she actually chose this for her little boy. And it's kind of having its little moment online. There were 3 boys only called this last year. Very unique still. However, 70% of people on Nameberry, which is a really huge website, were really preferring this name. So it's kind of a sign when people are clicking on it saying they like it. Maybe it's a middle spot more, but Hart means strong or brave, which then also was a name for an adult male deer. So I think it's wearable. I think I like it spelled like this for a boy. I quite like the masculine use of it a little bit. I love the fact that it's got obviously the shape. The heart is just a shape, it's so much more. The symbol of love as well. But I really liked it and it feels super Christmassy because Christmas is all about love and being together as well as everything else that it symbolises. You're probably thinking of robin. So robin is a bird that is so associated with Christmas and the name is massively popular. So it's for boys or girls and that's why it's so popular. It's rising for all and there's 2 spellings. So a lot of people spell it with the YN at the end. This was on my list. Me and my husband both liked the name Robin, but just didn't quite get past perfectly for us, but we really loved it and we would have gone with the YN ending, even though I know that is a big bugbear for so many people. They don't like people messing around with the spellings. But Robin spelled with the YN is also already ranked at number 65 and it means bright fame. Robin spelled the other way with an IN is ranked at number 349 for girls and at 143 for boys and rising. So it's a really lovely name. It's in that sweet spot that we like just outside the top 100. Rosie Ramsey and Chris Ramsey have the #1 podcast in the UK. I will link it below because I'm literally in lockdown 2.0 with them, because I listen to it all day, every day. I have a little boy named Robin, and I think that's going to help it as well because they talk about Robin all the time. It's the #1 podcast in the UK, so it's not going to hurt. And also Louise Pentland has her huge book series with her main character called Robin. So it's kind of out there a lot and I think it's going to keep rising. Bright fame is lovely, the bird is beautiful, and really interestingly then I looked at why robins are associated with Christmas, and there was this really crazy story about that in Victorian England a postman used to wear a red-breasted jacket and was nicknamed Robin, and around Christmas time when all the cards used to get sent, it became then a popular symbol to put robins on your Christmas cards because they were delivered by Robin, who was the postman, which I thought was really sweet. What do you think of this next name? It's been on a list before for sure because I loved it, and it's the name Lumi, which means snow. So with Luna being really popular, I put this on a list a couple of years ago and we all really liked it, so I wanted to say it again because there's a few more people here now. Lumi, meaning snow, and it is Finnish. So in Finland, I've read conflicting things. I've read that it's a really popular name in the top 50. I've also read Finnish people on forums saying it sounds strange like snow because it is a word name. So what do you think? Are you Finnish? What do you think of the name Lumi? I think for a non-Finnish native, it sounds lovely. It sounds a lot like Luna, which is so popular, but it's a bit more rare. It is ranked though. There were 19 girls called Lumi last year, and I was thinking that could just be us lot. That could just be 19 people watching these videos picking it because we really liked it. So that'd be funny if we got that into the charts. But I think it's gorgeous. I think it really works. I think it looks so pretty. It does sound quite young. It's the only thing that people were saying on forums, because I always go on forums and kind of have a little goss and see what people are thinking, and some people are like, sounds a bit childish, a bit little maybe. What do you think? I'd love to know in the comments below. And the second kind of snowy themed one is actually the name of my hamster, who is here by my feet, and it's the name Everest. So I love it. We called our hamster Everest, the kids picked it, and there were actually some babies called Everest last year. 3 boys named Everest got overwhelming popularity online. A lot of people saying, with Everett being a well-worn name, Everest sounds perfect, sounds really good, and these sort of mountain names, like even Montana and things like that, are getting used a lot more. Why not Everest? Everest was actually named after a British surveyor who was called George Everest, who was one of the first people. They were trying to figure out exactly how high Mount Everest was, and apparently he was always quite embarrassed and didn't really want the British name for the mountain to be named after him because it already had a name, the name which I won't try and pronounce, but the Tibetan name, and it means, the Tibetan version of the name means Mother Goddess of the World, which I thought was lovely, and it put me in mind of this obviously is a gender neutral name. Beautiful for a girl. We love EVE names for a girl. Evie, Evelina, like my daughter, all of those, don't we? They're in every single list that I do. So Everest feels more masculine. Could it be more feminine for you if you're looking for that type of really quirky name? I think it's lovely. The next 2 are kind of tree names, and the first one is the name Fraser. So you might not associate this so much with Christmas or winter, but you might not want such a wintry, obvious name. And Fraser is the name of a variation or variant type of tree, a Fraser tree, which is a Christmas tree, and it's chosen because it's got a lovely scent, smells really gorgeous, and it's also quite narrow but full. So you often would have your Christmas tree would often be a Fraser tree. Often it gets translated as meaning strawberry because of the French phrase, but a lot of people online, like who've really looked into this, even more than me, there's even more people who get deeper than me into this, they didn't like that, they kind of poo-pooed it. And then I looked at Fraser Island, because Fraser Island is, it's obviously a geographical name as well. And apparently Fraser Island was called the Sandy Island originally, until there was a shipwreck survivor called Eliza Fraser, who arrived on the Sandy Island and was taken in by the native people there, and apparently it was a huge sensational story back in the day. I love a name like that. Like I can imagine if I had a little Fraser, we would sit and talk about the story of the shipwreck and the survivor. They would love it. The next name I have is the name, and Fraser is at 240 in the UK. The next name I have is Forest. Forest, you really feel wintry with the forest. It feels so wintry to me, like Christmas tree farms and all of that, and just, this year, to be fair, 2020, the year we all basically lived in woods, because that's all we can do is go for a walk in the woods. I love the name Forest, as you know. It's rising again in popularity. There were 27 boys and 7 girls named Forest with 1 R, but also 68 boys and 5 girls with a double R spelling. So again, it's one of those that's more popular when you look at all the different variations. It feels very wintry, feels really festive, a lovely name for this type of year. The next 2 are kind of like cold, crisp weather ones, and the first one is the name Caldwell, which means cold stream. This is a place name, so if you're brand new, talk about place names, because traditionally naming somebody was how to find them. So this would have been a family, some dwellers who lived near a cold stream, and there's places called Caldwell in Scotland, also in Yorkshire. So this would have been how to identify this tribe or this clan, as people really called them, Caldwell, and then that becomes a surname. So it's a surname as first name, which we do really like here. If you didn't follow me on Instagram yet, go over there, because we're going to do a whole list. I'm doing kind of like weekly lists on there, and I'm going to do surnames as first names. Just reminded me, Caldwell, but I really liked that. I think it's really unusual. I don't know anyone with a surname Caldwell, so I guess maybe if you're in Yorkshire or Scotland, it might have little clusters still. Let me know what you think of it, but I think it's quite a unique name. It's unranked. Also unranked, but getting a lot of chat online, is the name Iceland. So this is very Elsa Ice Princess, but I know that Isla, so popular. Iceland is kind of a made up name, I think. It does come up on the internet as being Norwegian, so let me know. But whenever I say something's from somewhere, people are like, no, it's not, I've never heard that, I'm Norwegian. So I wonder if it is just a bit of a made up one. It's still unranked at the moment, but honestly, like every winter name list you'll search has it on there. And I think it's just because it's a really lovely sounding name. Sounds like a very real name, doesn't it, Iceland? We should do another one of those where we make up names, because that was super fun, wasn't it? We did that a few weeks ago. I also looked at the name Coal, because that's just so wintry, with, you know, the Father Christmas and the coal, and also the coal, just normal coal in your fireplace and things like that. And it's a really popular name. It's already at number 171. But you could go, which I haven't seen before, Collier, which I really love actually. The more I say it, I've just remembered why I love it. So Collier, that was the occupation of being a coal merchant, or looking for somebody who worked with coal. So occupational names we're really into them at the moment. I'm really into them basically. So Collier, but a reason I love it, I just realised, is because Collier's Wood. If you're familiar with London, there's Collier's Wood, and my sister used to live there. So I knew I had it in some sort of level. I love Collier's Wood. I would go with Collier Wood as a name. Collier, it's nice, isn't it? Especially if you're looking for like a Colin somewhere in your family and you're like, oh, don't really like it again. Collier sounds really good. Shepherd, quite an obvious one, had to put it on the list. I know we've got little baby shepherds here, and I love it. I love the nickname Shep. It's unranked actually at the moment, but I'm quite surprised. Again, it's unanimously popular and positive feedback online, which I was a little bit surprised with, because I feel like it could be divisive, but everyone who'd commented on it really liked it. And the last one is the name Aspen. So Aspen is a tree that's associated with winter, but it's very wintry more because of the ski resort. And obviously there's Aspen here, a huge YouTuber called Aspen who has Baby Cove. So we've talked about it before and really like it. What came up this time, which I thought was cute, was the nickname Penny, which really feels very vintage and really wintry as well, like a winter penny. I thought that was really lovely. Or even just Pen for a boy, if you were going to give Aspen for a boy. It's really on the rise as well, so it is getting used a lot. There were 18 girls and 12 boys last year, but it's kind of gone in the charts, and I think it's going to keep going up. It's kind of more associated with women because it's called sometimes the goddess tree, but like all trees, they've all got beautiful symbols. Well, they've all got symbols, some of them are bad, some of them are beautiful. But the aspen tree symbolises protection and overcoming of fears, which, you know, for this time of year, if you're pregnant now, could really mean something to you, because that protection that you've shown for our community and for each other this year. And it was called that because apparently Celts, back in the olden days, used to use the light wood of the aspen tree to make their shield, which is then how the tree became to symbolise protection. I have literally been reading a lot of weird stuff today. So before I go, I do want to say just a ginormous thank you to everyone who's subscribed. Can you believe we're at 100,000 here on YouTube, which is huge. You know, like making these lists was something that I started when I had my third baby, just for a nice thing to do for myself every Monday, because I love names so much. It gives me so much pleasure still just to sit and write name lists. You know, it's like a little quiet time and to sit and just chat to you guys, and then through it, like, you know, we've made friends, that we've been through pregnancies together, yours, not mine. After that, you know, we've done announcements, and there's just new people here all the time who are just finding YouTube through these videos. And I think YouTube is so great. There's so much great resource out there for mum, because it is a very lonely time and it is a very difficult time. And it's certainly been my story that I found it lonely and isolating, and this community has been a little beacon like every single week. So massive thank you. I don't want to make this video anything about me, because I don't feel like this channel is about me. I feel like it's just about you guys and this community. Like, you know, it's the fact that you guys talk below and give ideas and make these videos what they are. You know, I just start off the list and you guys make it amazing in the comment section below, make it just a huge resource for people. You know, some people are saying, you know, we're just part of their pregnancy, or help them choose a name, and it's just kind of like women supporting women at its best, I hope. Sisterhood, and brotherhood and dadhood and all of that, but a little positive corner of the internet that we've created together. And the 100k, you know, does just open a lot of doors for me. Like I've already had a few really exciting opportunities come in. That will be just stuff I can do for you guys and stuff I can give back as well. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, onwards and upwards for us, for the channel. The kids are super excited. My 10-year-old finally thinks I'm a tiny bit cool. Tiny bit. He still wishes my channel was about anything other than babies. Because he's like, my mum's got a YouTube channel, and people are like, oh cool, what's it about? And he's like, babies. But, so yeah, if you ever see me suddenly randomly playing Fortnite on here, he's convinced me to do that. No. But yeah, massive congrats to us, to both first, you know, you guys have given your dilemmas, you've given your ideas, you've given your lists, you've shown up, you've subscribed, you've shared, and you know, it is, yeah, definitely a mad joint effort, our wonderful community that we have here. Yes, lots and lots of love to us. Hope you all raise a glass of, yeah, like one sip of cold tea to each other. Cheers, guys. In another world, we might have been able to get together, but maybe that'll be one opportunity we can get to do next year or something like that. I will work something out. So I'd love to meet as many of you as possible. And yes, happy Baby Day Monday, guys. You can still hit subscribe if you haven't. Still a good time to do it. And I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.